What's going on, guys? John, aka Homescope here, back with a brand new video, and today we're going to be taking two of the biggest games in the world, Among Us and Fall Guys, and we're going to be flip-flopping them. Let's get right into it. Alright, so basically how this is going to work, we have the two logos. We have the Among Us logo and we have the Fall Guys logo. We're going to take the Among Us one and put Fall Guys into it and keep it the Among Us style, and vice versa. So the Fall Guys logo, we're actually going to bring Among Us into it, but keep it with the Fall Guys style. We're going to start with Among Us first. Well, Fall Guys in the Among Us style first. Okay guys, so I went on to font.com to find a font that would work really well for the Among Us, or rather the Fall Guys turning into Among Us. So I tried to find the Among Us font or any font that would be similar to that. This one called Summer Garden works very well, but as you can tell, the G right here is very different from the G in the Among Us logo itself, where the G comes out a little bit. So I'll have to fix that once I do the Fall Guys, because the G in Guys obviously is going to do that. So I already have it downloaded. It's called Summer Garden. We're going to type out Fall Guys, and I already have it selected. So and the only thing that I'm worried about is how skinny the letters are, and I want it to be a little bit bolder. Add a black stroke to it, just very subtle, but makes a big difference. So we have Fall Guys right here, and now the next part is actually going to be taking the A out and making it look like one of the characters from Fall Guys. So I may have went a little bit overboard. I know that I was just saying that I was just going to do the logo, but I ended up doing like this kind of whole loading screen that we've seen with Among Us before. I'm actually going to do a side-by-side comparison right now. But if we look at the Fall Guys logo right now, you can see that the character that I made is a little bit sketchy, which I feel like was kind of the style of the Among Us one in general. But once I started adding in the space background that we've seen before, I decided, you know what, why don't I actually add in some of the Fall Guys characters? So I traced them out, added in a little knife for the blue guy, that way it could kind of fit the theme a little bit more and just be a little bit funny. So that's that for the Fall Guys rebrand as the Among Us style. I feel like there's an easier way to word that, but I mean, that's what it is. Next up, we're actually going to make Among Us in Fall Guys style. So let's go do that. So the hardest part about turning Among Us into this Fall Guys theme is going to be finding the right font. All the other effects that are involved with this should come very easily and just take a little bit more time than I would probably anticipate. But finding the right font that I can stretch out so that the A's are very common for Among and A in Fall, because those are the only two things that are really matched up. The Us can come from the U and the S in Guys, and that shouldn't be a problem at all. But finding the right font that I can round the edges properly to make it look very similar to the A in Fall will be very, very important. So let's focus on trying to find the right font for that. All right, guys, so I think I came up with a font that's very similar to this Fall Guys style. I basically just chose a very simple font, one that I think everyone already has on their computer. It's called Tahoma, as you can see right here. And I typed out Among Us, right? So all that I really did differently was, as you can tell, the font that I have right here, it looks very different to what we typed out. If you press Shift-Control-O or go to type Create Outlines when you have your type selected in Adobe Illustrator, it actually turns your text into shape, so you have free range to manipulate it however you want. You can change all the anchor points using the Direct Selection tool, and really have free range to create whatever you want when it comes to changing your font in any way. So that's what I did for this, where I actually ended up rounding off the edges of each letter very simple. All you have to do is just select the anchor points and you click these little circles right here and drag them to wherever you please, and it'll actually round off hard edges. And it saves a lot of time and really helps for projects very similar to this. So the next step is actually gonna be creating very similar effects to what we have in Fall Guys. So you'll see that we have kind of this drop shadow that comes down with the gradient, creating some of the similar colors. And I actually want to put one of the Among Us faces in here. If you don't know, the Among Us faces is basically just the rounded rectangle that you'll see right here. But it'll be pretty simple, but I want to try and create it as similar to Fall Guys as possible. So a lot of these highlights in the letters and some of the shadows I want to create to be very, very similar to that, and still keep the integrity of the Fall Guys look while making this new Among Us logo. Alright guys, here is the Among Us loading screen / logo design in the Fall Guys style. This one was very interesting to make, and one thing that I probably would have taken away that I'm already looking at, I kind of wish that the Among Us mask was actually on the O instead of the A. I think there would have been better balance there, but I just chose the A because the Fall Guys character is on the A in the original logo. But yeah, if you could tell in the background, I actually added in knives instead of crowns to do that little bit of replacement, and another call to Among Us while keeping the same style. And I also added Friendship Ender down there instead of, I think it's Ultimate Knockout is what's normally there. So I put Friendship Ender down there in a similar font, mainly because when you play Among Us, if you play with your friends, you'll know that things get very heated, and the game is for sure a way to end friendships. So nevertheless, I really enjoyed making this, and I'm pretty happy with the way that both of these designs came out. So please let me know what you guys thought of the designs down below, what you think could have changed, what you think could have been better, and overall feedback. If you guys did enjoy this video, please be sure to leave a like down below and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content similar to this. We do a lot of graphic design stuff involved with gaming, and speaking of gaming, if you want to actually come by and see my Twitch streams where I will be, of course, gaming, the link will be down in the description below. It's twitch.tv/homescope. Be sure to leave a follow, and I'm usually live around 8 p.m. most nights, so I look forward to seeing you there, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Love, peace, and chicken grease.